Hello and welcome to Pushing Back, Ukraine Daily Brief. As the war enters its 999th day, these are the main developments from the past 24 hours. The update from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Russia has lost approximately 722,440 troops in Ukraine since the beginning of the war. The number, which has not been independently verified, includes 1,560 casualties over the past day. According to the released Ukrainian figures, Russia lost 15 tanks, 38 armored combat vehicles, 30 artillery systems, 99 drones, 112 cruise missiles, 107 vehicles and 2 pieces of special equipment. 11,370 Russian personnel losses during last week. It's the highest weekly number since the invasion began. For comparison, the Soviet Union lost around 15,000 troops during the 9-year war in Afghanistan. The Russians launched 134 combat clashes. They also launched one massive missile airstrike with the use of 130 missiles and carried out 61 airstrikes including 98 anti-aircraft missiles on the territory of Ukraine. They also used 700 kamikaze drones and carried out 3,500 attacks on the positions of Ukrainian troops and settlements using various types of weapons. In its latest intelligence update, the UK's Ministry of Defence reports the average daily Russian casualties in Ukraine reached a new high during October 2024, with a total of 41,980 losses reported by the Ukrainian General Staff. This is the second straight month of increasing losses for Russia, with the average daily loss rate reaching 1,354 per day in October and 1,498 per day in November. Russia's increased tempo of offensive operations and dismounted infantry attacks on multiple axes are likely contributing to these high casualty rates. The trend is expected to continue throughout the winter months, with Russia likely suffering over 700,000 casualties since the start of the conflict. In its latest intelligence update, the Institute for the Study of War. The New York Times and Washington Post reported that U.S. President Joe Biden has authorized Ukrainian forces to use U.S.-provided attacks in limited strikes against Russian and North Korean military targets within Kursk Oblast. Russian forces damaged Ukrainian energy infrastructure during the largest missile and drone strike since August 2024 on the night of November 16 to 17. Russian forces continue to innovate their long-range strike packages and likely included relatively ineffective sea-launched Calibre cruise missiles in the November 16 to 17 strike package as decoys to distract and exhaust Ukrainian air defenses. Ukrainian forces struck a defense industrial factory in the Admurt Republic for the first time on the morning of November 17. North Korea reportedly continues to provide military support to Russia, including the provision of rocket and artillery systems and potential additional troop deployments, which is likely to impact Russia's military operations in the short term, but its long-term benefits likely remain limited. Russian forces will likely focus on seizing frontline Ukrainian towns and cities during winter 2024 to 2025 through urban combat amid efforts to offset Ukrainian drone advantages and possible Russian armored vehicle constraints. Russian President Vladimir Putin's maximalist objectives demanding full Ukrainian capitulation remain unchanged, but a prominent Kremlin-affiliated mill blogger appears to be trying to repackage long-standing Kremlin territorial claims to southern Ukraine as less severe, peace proposals that would actually militarily threaten Ukraine, Moldova, and NATO. Abkhazian oppositionists continued protests on November 17 calling for the resignation of the de facto Abkhazian president Aslan Bjania. Russian forces recently advanced near Kupiansk, Chasiv Yar, Kurakov, and Vuhledar. Russian mill bloggers continue to applaud their reported role in removing frontline 3rd Combined Arms Army commanders after the commanders submitted false reports about Russian advances in the Siversk direction. In Zelensky's nightly address he spoke about 3 key areas. Firstly, massive Russian attack repelled. Russia launched one of its largest attacks with 210 drones and missiles, including hypersonic weapons, targeting critical infrastructure. Most were intercepted thanks to Ukraine's air defense systems, including Patriots and F-16s, which performed effectively. Restoration efforts are underway in affected regions, though casualties and fatalities were reported. Secondly, call for strengthened air defense support. Zelensky emphasized the global importance of air defense support, calling on partners to accelerate the transfer of systems and missiles. He highlighted the ongoing need for comprehensive systems to better protect lives and infrastructure against continued Russian aggression. Lastly, Victory Plan and long-range capabilities. Zelensky reaffirmed Ukraine's commitment to the Victory Plan, focusing on long-range military capabilities. While specifics were not disclosed, he assured that Ukraine's response to Russian aggression would be decisive and effective. Thanks for following today's updates. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. We'll return tomorrow with the latest news on the ongoing conflict.